Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Frankfort District of Mineral County. I'm gonna call this Fort Ashby because you're about 5 minutes from Fort Ashby, but if you live here, you'll have a Kaiser mailing address for some reason, just how the mail runs here. But we got 7.27 acres with a driveway installed. Hold on, I got my papers are messed up here. Wind started blowing my papers. But anyway, 7.27 acres. Driveway comes all the way in up like this to this big cleared building site up here. The view is tremendous. You're facing northeast. Sun's going to come up right over there like that. Let me zoom this in. How about that? And we're tucked right up in, if you're looking at the property from Foreback Road, we're tucked in the upper right-hand corner. You can see the posted sign right there. That's on the boundary line. The building site shoved up here against the line. You probably got about an acre up here, 3/4 of an acre or so of this ground that's cleared at the top. And you got a little shed up here. It's seen its better days, but it still works just fine. Owner's storing some kayaks up here. And the property line runs right in behind the shed here. So, see this piece of barbed wire? That's right on the property line. There's a good shot. Looking that way. So, this property's unrestricted. You can build what you want, do what you want. Like I said, we're about 5 minutes, well, 10 minutes outside, not even 10 minutes really, about 5 miles outside of Fort Ashby, West Virginia. You're probably 15 minutes from ATK. That's a big employer in Mineral County. You're less than 30 minutes from Cumberland, Maryland right here, and about an hour from Winchester, Virginia. And the key to this property, aside from the incredible view that you got, is all the infrastructure that's already in place. The driveway that's on this thing's probably it's probably pushing 1,000 foot, I would say, the driveway here. The driveway and the pad that's here, if you were starting from scratch, would cost you probably at least $15,000, $20,000 to install to get it to the state that it's in now. And let me show you where we're at. The sun is very bright today. Driveway comes in here like this, snakes up around, and we're right in here is where we're at. And I apologize, let me get this under the truck here, that's better. But the driveway comes in here like this, comes right up to this point into this area. As you can see, you got a little stream, a little drainage that runs across the front of the property down here like this. And it looks to me like they used to have the driveway coming in and coming straight up this point right here, which you could tell that was what somebody was doing at one time. And the story on this is the current owner used to live in the big house over here, which I sold for them, and the property was in its current state when they purchased it, I believe in 2020 is when they bought it. You know, but I've since sold their house over here, and they kept this for a little while. But so what's here was like this when the current owners bought it. So I don't know the entire story. Here's the actual survey of it. As you can see, this is, like I said, driveway comes in, winds up around like this. But it's got an expired perk test on it, so it's been perked before. The view actually gets a little bit better. I think your building site's going to be like right in here, because you can see further to the north that way. But I want you to pay attention to all this electric conduit that's laying right here. So it's my belief and understanding that the conduit for the underground electric is buried all the way up here. And I'll show you, I'll do another video down there at the bottom of the driveway where you come in. But you could see there's 2 pipes stubbed up right here. So this was meant for a junction box, like a transformer box to sit here. Now there's no rope in this. I mean, there should be rope in it that you pull the wire through from the power company. But if you can utilize all this conduit that's here, right there is about 10 grand. You know, my guy charges $10 a foot for the conduit and to bury it. And if you could utilize the underground conduit that's running all the way up here for your electric, that's another 10 grand easy right there. So if you figure that in, being conservative with the driveway, the clearing and all that's 25 grand. So that's how far you are ahead of the game here, at least at a minimum. I'd say it's probably closer to 30 when you figure in the site clearing here and the trees are gone. You know, so really all you got to do with this thing is pull the electric, drill your well, put your septic in, and you're ready to build. Like I said, think infrastructure on this lot, being ahead of the game with what's already here. Big views. This is a desirable area. It's really hard to find acreage in this part of Mineral County. Very private up on this hilltop up here. You know, just gorgeous views, privacy. We're a 1/4 mile off the hard cap road. I'll explain that when I get down here to the bottom, but this one's a winner. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. I'm down here at the bottom of the 7.27 acres here on Foreback Road. As you can see, this is where the driveway takes you up on the hill. I'm gonna say that driveway's, you know, it's 800 to 1,000 foot. It's pretty long. And the property has a bunch of frontage on this road down here. And your property line that way is going to be about that tree where the neighbor's gate is right there. And you'll see there's split rail fence along the front of this lot. And about the end of the split rail fence is going to be your corner down there. And the little drainage runs across the front. In fact, you see all these cattails, it lays wet in here. Be a nice place to put a little pond in there or something, probably down here at the bottom, but it's a wet weather drainage there. But what I want to explain about Foreback Road, so about a 1/4 mile in this direction is where the state maintenance of Foreback Road stops. So Foreback Road is paved within about a 1/4 mile of here. And then it turns into a 25-foot right-of-way that accesses these tracks that are back here. And these tracks, you know, these owners, because I know this from selling the house across the street for this owner, they just kind of band together and maintain the road from Foreback back through to here, you know. So there's no kind of HOA, there's no road maintenance dues, there's no restrictions, anything like that. It's just that there's only a handful of lots back here, you know, beyond the pavement or whatever where the state maintenance stops. But it's still called Foreback Road, so your address here is going to be something Foreback Road. But this is technically, you know, in terms of the state road, not Foreback Road, but that they call it Foreback Road. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, as I'm standing here looking at this, we talked about that electric conduit up there at the top of the hill. So right here, at this pole, you're going to see conduit with a piece of rope in it. Now, why the rope's not in up on the other end, you're also going to see that black cable's phone wire that you'll typically bury in the ditch with the conduit, you know. So typically what they would do, if you want electric service, they'd hook to the string and the power company would pull their wire through there through the underground conduit. Now, I see where, as you're going up the driveway, you'll see a bunch of that phone wire spooled up over to the left. It kind of stops there. So, you know, it's a roll of the dice in terms of the conduit and stuff. If you could use it, what's here, that would be a tremendous boon to getting the power up there. I mean, but I'm pretty certain it's buried up through there, but how you fish a string back through it, I know there's ways to do that, you know, but you're on your own when it comes to that. But I just wanted to point that out. Once again, it's very private back here. You could hunt on your own land, shoot on your own land. Just very pretty and peaceful back here. I'll just walk you down around the bend of the road here a little bit. But sometimes there's actually a decent amount of water in that little drainage that runs through there. But if you see that next electric pole down there, just on the other side, that's where your corner is that way. And like I said, behind that electric pole, you could see where, you know, at one time somebody took the driveway in up that point like that, which had to have been really steep. So I guess later on somebody thought better of it and put this road in like this, which is much less steep than what that would have been. So 7.27 unrestricted acres, Frankfort District, Mineral County, hard to find stuff over here. Tremendous views, privacy, no restrictions, easy to get to. Come get it.